Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, pushing peace, right? The only thing I would like to blame myself for is when everyone claimed that they were starting to push peace, I should have asked what the expiration date was. Because clearly just a few months ago, I told y'all that everybody who called themselves pushing peace was mainly doing it for the attention aspect, and while everyone claimed that I was instigating, well, now look. Almost everybody who claimed they wanted to push peace since then, we've seen them involved in situations that don't seem to be pushing peacey in my true teller voice. Now, from ller, JHE Rooga, Memo600, Tay Savage, and even FYB J-Main, Mr. Pushing Peace himself, have shown us the complete opposite of their peace mission. Now, before I get into everything, let me tell y'all the point of why I said what I said about pushing peace. Because if you're going to push peace, then do that. You don't have to involve everybody. You don't have to necessarily sit down with your ops. You could literally display it with your actions. And for the ones who are like-minded and want to do so, they shall follow. Those who don't, won't. Right? Because everyone's not just going to wake up and want to push peace because there's so much that's invested. And also, you have to understand that a lot of these guys' careers are solely based off them promoting violence. So if you're wondering why I brought up the whole pushing peace concept, it's simply because I want y'all to understand that most of the reason why you don't see a lot of guys following through with pushing peace is because they've built up a core fan base that are only entertained or invested in them when they're pushing ignorance. They're only invested into these artists when they're rapping about spinning blocks, shooting ops, dissing the dead, or anything that's ignorant. So in a nutshell, when you see these guys fall back on their words or you wonder why they keep dissing, well, if they don't diss, they won't generate any money. And if I'm not mistaken, ller actually spoke about that in one of his videos when he first came out, about his fans not supporting his music unless he's dissing somebody. But nonetheless, let's get into all the subliminals and sneak dissing that's been going on between these guys. Now, Rico Recklezz will repost a since deleted post by Tay Savage that also had a few people questioning who he was referring to, in which I'll get into later, but the post from Tay Savage will say, quote, "If your brother's killers ain't dead, please don't merch on them," with the skull emoji with the song Send a Message by Bookie the G playing in the background. Now, he's pretty much saying that if you call somebody your brother that got deceased by somebody and that somebody is still living, don't merch on them. And it's funny because merch is a Chicago word, it's their lingo, and I can see the fans in the comments on Instagram saying, what does merch mean? Well, merch is another way of saying I swear to God, or I swear on my mother, or anybody that you hold value to in your life, whether they're a family member, a friend, a deceased friend, you know, whatever the case may be. That's what people mean when they say merch. In other words, they're very serious. Alright, now as far as Tay Savage saying something like that, most people would take heed to what Tay Savage mean by that, because we all know the get back story he's been allegedly involved in when it comes to his deceased homie, Anthony Welch, and what came behind him. So something like that coming from Tay Savage, you don't just think that he's bluffing. But that's another story. Fans on social media also believe that Tay Savage was throwing a sub at Lil Durk, because before Tay Savage deleted that post, coincidentally, he posted right after Lil Durk would take to his story to say, quote, "It's only one V-Roy and one V-Roy only. N-words is not him. Pumpkin emoji. My real evil twin, catch up," with the song Evil Twin by Durk and Vaughn playing in the background. Now, if you're confused as to why people assume that Tay Savage would sneak dissing Durk and what the relevance is of his post would be the Durks, and it's recently because a lot of people in interviews have been asking the question of who was more savage out of King Von, Tay Savage, and 051 Melly. Now, Tay Capone was asked that very question during an interview with 16 Shot on Visuals, where he would give King Von and Tay Savage and 051 Melly their props, but he admitted that out of all of them, Tay Savage may have been more savage than both of them. Pretty much giving the credit to Tay Savage. Then you would have FYB J-Mane, who was also asked a similar question about Tay Savage and King Von comparisons, where FYB J-Mane will also side with Tay Savage being quote-unquote more savage. Then, to top it all off, Trap Ross, the same guy who has been called out all over social media for his documentary on King Von, will have a clip under his channel that he put out 2 weeks ago where he titles it saying, quote, "Is Tay Savage the new King Von?" Alright, so you kind of see where we're going with this. So as y'all can see, there's been a lot of Tay Savage and King Von comparisons and people asking who was way more savage. So when Dirk says that there's only one Von and one Von only and dudes ain't him, it's understood why people will feel that Dirk is sneak dissing Tay Savage, and we all know that Dirk never puts names to anything. It's usually like a riddle, but it'd be clear as day who he talking about if you know what's going on and you pay attention, right? So it's kind of understandable why, but we did a video covering that already that I'll leave pinned in the comments below for y'all to check out for yourselves, and y'all let me know who y'all think he was talking about. But anyway, when it comes to Rico Recklezz, now that y'all know where everything stemmed from, Rico will repost Tay Savage's deleted post and troll Memo600 and JHE Rooga by reposting Tay Savage's post and caption it saying, quote, "Rooga and Memo better sit down in and them FBG boys." Now we all know Rico and what he do. All he do is troll. And if you don't know what he's referring to, he's simply stating that Memo600's brother suspected killers are still alive, and the same goes for Rooga according to Rico Recklezz. Now I guess that's an inside thing between the guys who knows what they know. However, that was Rico's little way of taking a shot at the both of them. Now, as far as the post with Tay Savage, many people are speculating who he was actually talking about. Some people feel strongly that he was talking about Dirk, while some people feel that he wasn't talking about Dirk and instead he was talking about Memo600. But whoever he was referring to, it was enough for him to post it, but then delete it for whatever reason. But I feel clear as day that he was referring to Dirk. Let me tell y'all, man, when these guys, when they post and delete, it makes no sense. You know, if you don't mean it or if you don't want it put out there, do not post it. Because by the time you done post it, most of these bloggers, they got their notifications on with certain people anyway. So once you post it, they're going to get to it, they're going to screenshot it, and then boom, or a fan. Usually these fans are the ones who screenshot it and send it to the blogs or send it to whoever just to get a reaction. So just know that as soon as you put it out there, it makes no sense to take it back because somebody already got it. This is the internet, y'all. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.